What's up, Eagles fans, and welcome into the Film Room presented by Lincoln Financial Group. I'm Fran Duffy, and today we're going to take a look at the newest Eagles linebacker, Eric Wilson, who the team signed away from the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, he has some familiarity with some coaches here on the Eagles staff, but let's take a look at Eric Wilson, the football player, a very well-rounded player. Very complete skill set when you're looking at his ability to defend the run and defend the pass. And we're going to start with the former first. Let's take a look at him against the run. Number one thing that stood out with me about Eric Wilson was despite his size, he plays through contact very, very well. Here's a good example. He's lined up as the strong side linebacker here. And the one thing I liked about Eric Wilson, he had reps at all three linebacker positions, whether he was at will, at Mike, or here at Sam. You can see him here down on the line of scrimmage on the tight end side, and he's going to just play one-on-one against this tight end. He's not a powerful stack and shed player, but you see him get off the block and get to the football. So here he is defeating that block. So watch him there get square and finish on the ball carrier for a tackle just past the line of scrimmage. Now, let's take a look at another play. This time, not against the tight end, but against a pulling guard. Here's going to be Eric Wilson here on the play side. He's going to have a guard pulling over in his direction, and he's got to meet him one-on-one in the hole. You're not always just going to stack and shed a 320-pound offensive guard. That's not a reality as a 240-pound off-the-ball linebacker. But if you're able to stay square, use your hands well, and then show that athleticism to defeat the block, you can see the balance there to be able to stay up, beat the block, and get the ball carrier to the ground. So nice job there by Eric Wilson. We're going to take a look at one more, and this one was my favorite one with him against the run. What do we see all across the NFL on a weekly basis? You see bubble screens, jet sweeps, all kinds of things where you get the offense going from sideline to sideline. And here, that's exactly what you're going to get with the Carolina Panthers. Here's Eric Wilson. Now, I want you to just watch his eyes pre-snap. He's looking around. He's surveying what's happening. You see, he took that peek over. He sees the receiver coming. And just watch the reaction here. He's getting there fast. So, number one, he's going to try and beat these two blocks. But what the offense is trying to do, they're going to give the ball to the receiver on the speed sweep. They're going to try and arc release the tight end up to the second level. And then you're going to get the running back up as a lead blocker as well. Eric Wilson has to beat this block from the tight end. So watch, stay square to the line of scrimmage, use your hands, beats the block from the tight end, takes on the second blocker there in Mike Davis, the running back. Again, stay square, chuck the block, and then you get the body control to come to balance, finish along the sideline for the stop. So 2-on-1, he's able to win there at the point of attack twice against two smaller blockers. Outstanding job there from Eric Wilson. And then we're going to take a look one more time here in the run game. Really just kind of getting a sense of his overall range, because you're not always going to make plays at the point of attack in the run game. It's also about making plays from the backside. Now, on this play, Eric Wilson is called a B-gap defender. All right, you've got your A gap, your B gap, and your C gap. So there are your three different gaps, and he is responsible for this gap between the guard and the tackle. Now, what you're going to get here is another play where the offensive guard is going to pull, and when the guard pulls, his gap now changes. Just look at the math here. As soon as the ball is snapped, you see that offensive lineman pull. The defensive tackle, he's responsible for this gap. So the gap that Eric Wilson is responsible for, it's pulling to the opposite side of the field. So he has got to flow with that gap, and see him scrape over the top here. Again, stay square to the line of scrimmage, and I was able to make this stop in the hole on a wildcat run. Outstanding job here by Eric Wilson on this play in the run game. Now, that's against the run. Let's take a look at Eric Wilson in coverage. We all know it's a passing league, right? So if you are a linebacker, you cannot be a liability in space. And this is where Wilson really, really shines. Now, you're going to see him here lined up out wide against this tight end. And he's got that flexibility to be able to do that. So he's going to come in motion. Once he sees the tight end settle in, they're going to set their defense. And this is going to be a screen coming back the other way, exactly where Wilson was lined up previously. But watch the play recognition from Wilson as he's able to read this action and defeat all the blocks out in front. You see offensive lineman about to release. He's able to press the line of scrimmage, get into the backfield, and get the stop behind the line. Outstanding play recognition skills from Eric Wilson on this play. You see the range, you see the ability to finish. Really outstanding job there by Eric Wilson. Now, when I watch him in underneath zone coverage, he gets me really excited because he does a lot of things really well. And really the hallmark of a good zone defender, whether you're a linebacker, a safety, a corner, is the ability to understand how offenses are trying to attack you. It's 1st and 10, and Minnesota is going to be playing cover 2. So you're going to have two high safeties, and Eric Wilson is going to be responsible for the middle of the field. That's where he's going to be responsible. Now, if you're an offense, you're trying to put this linebacker, Eric Wilson, in a bind. And typically how you do that is you're going to send multiple routes his direction. And so what you're going to see here is the tight end releasing up the seam and breaking, just kind of settling in the deep intermediate area. You're trying to get the linebacker, Wilson, to settle back in, and then you're just going to hit the little shallow cross. That's two routes right in his area, and you're trying to make him choose. Watch how Eric Wilson reacts to this throw. He understands what the offense is trying to do. You can see he's going to carry this vertical route up the seam, but watch the ease of movement here as he puts his foot in the ground right there, squares up, and makes the tackle right at the catch point, nearly forces a pass breakup. You just see the reaction quickness and the understanding of what the offense is trying to do. Gets a stop for a short gain there on 1st and 10. Let's go to another play. This is another good example against Detroit. Here's Eric Wilson in the middle of the field. You're going to get a late motion here from Detroit. They're going to send one of the receivers across the formation. He's got to process, okay, what are they trying to do here on this coverage? And what they're doing is the same kind of idea, because you're going to get Eric Wilson underneath zone coverage. You're going to send this receiver on a shallow cross, try and get Wilson to move with him, and then you're just going to hit this inside receiver, that tight end, on a little slant route. Again, watch Wilson. He's got eyes on this route. He has seen this on film before. He's not going to take the cheese with that shallow cross. The quarterback, Matthew Stafford, he's starting to his right. He's going to try and sell that this pass is going this way, and then he's just really going to hit the top of his drop and hit this tight end. He doesn't even factor in that Eric Wilson passes off that receiver and falls back into the passing lane. That takes away that throw to that tight end. And you can see, I mean, it looks like he's playing catch there, Matthew Stafford, with Eric Wilson. He puts it right onto his face mask, and it turns into an interception in the high red zone going the other way. Just outstanding awareness there from Eric Wilson in coverage. Now, when you're talking about coverage for linebackers, you're also going to get man-to-man opportunities against the running back. And really, there's no better mismatch right now in the NFL than Alvin Kamara. This is a player, one of the more dynamic running backs in the league. Now, you're going to get Eric Wilson matched up on Alvin Kamara with a wheel route towards the end zone. And just see, there's no panic here with Eric Wilson. He is on an island, one-on-one. There is not any help here for Eric Wilson on this play. Of course, he's going to get beat over the top a little bit, but no panic. Shoots his hands through the catch point. No flag. Forces the ball onto the ground. Gets the incomplete pass. Outstanding play in the red zone against one of the best in Alvin Kamara. And then we'll take a look at one more play, this time against Seattle. And here's Eric Wilson, once again matched up on the running back of the Seahawks. And basically what you're going to get here is the running back's going to work to the flat. Once he gets to the sideline, he's going to turn up towards the vertical part of the field along the sideline. So here's Eric Wilson once again, matched up man-to-man. Once he sees, and just watch Wilson's eyes here, he's got eyes on the quarterback. Once he sees that Russell Wilson is breaking the pocket, so here's what Russell Wilson breaking, he knows he can get handsy here. He pushes that running back out of bounds, gets his eyes back to the quarterback, and what happens? He's able to make an acrobatic interception along the sideline. Outstanding ball skills, ability to finish for the interception. So we saw a couple of interceptions here in man coverage and zone coverage. We saw a tackle for loss in the screen game. We saw good block recognition and understanding of how to fit the run, the ability to play through contact. You're checking a lot of boxes with Eric Wilson. Excited to see how he fits into this Eagles defense here in 2021 under new defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. Thanks so much for joining us inside the film room presented by Lincoln Financial Group. I'm Fran Duffy. Fly Eagles Fly.